What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ticker video, and welcome to the Ticker family. So the symbol we're going to be talking about today is IDEX, or Ideanomics. So what we're going to be talking about specifically is the SEC filings, the 2020 financial results, how IDEX invests in Energeca Motor Company, and then we'll finish this video off with a chart analysis. Now, for those that have been supporting me this far, thank you so much. I really do appreciate all the comments and all the positive feedback. It means a lot. And for those that are here for the first time, welcome to the channel. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. When I'm looking at a company, I like to break them down, what kind of services they have, what kind of products they bring to the table, what makes them different from other companies. And so I start off with their mission. So they're a global company, right? Because they've got offices here in the United States and they've got offices in China as well. So what they do is they focus more on electrical vehicles, right? Electrical vehicles, electrical tractors, finance, sales, whatever the case is. So they say they've got an electric vehicle division, Mobile Energy Global, okay, MEG. So you might hear that quite a few times when I'm talking throughout this video. It provides a purchasing discount on commercial electric vehicles, EV batteries, and electricity, as well as financing. So that's a quick little touch base on them as a short-term understanding, but let's continue to break it down. So first thing I wanted to point out, and if you actually go on their website, you can find this, but this is what I want to focus on. That way you kind of understand how there's potential growth, and this can be a growth stock. Now, the global agriculture tractor market is currently valued at 75 billion. So 75 billion, so they only need a very small percent for them to be able to grow. Now, with North American agriculture tractor market expected to reach 20 billion by 2023. So those are really good numbers. Plenty of opportunity for that reoccurring revenue, that residuals, which is what we want to know right now. With that being said, they're huge on the zero emissions. So if you read through a lot of their profile and whatnot, they're huge on zero emissions. They don't want to account for diesel or gasoline fuel tractors. They say it's not feasible for it's not economically viable. So with that being said, I keep scrolling down, and what I saw is that, you know, they're huge on even on the noise levels. So the type of decibels that the companies can produce, they try to keep it down. So basically your ears can get permanent damage by 90 decibels, and they're saying that their sold tractors are at 65. So, you know, there's nice little perks with that as well. So the other thing is as well as what I noticed was they have a growing focus on trucks, a vital industry largely overlooked. There are more than 570 million farms worldwide, and 90% of them are run by individuals or family and rely primarily on family labor. Now, subtract those family farms in developing countries, and the number of farms globally is still in the regions of 50 million. So, again, with that being said, there's a lot of numbers, a lot of opportunity, and I believe they can continue to grow. So, for me, I feel like that's really good. Now, they say it's a similar tale in the automotive sector, where all the eyes are focused on EVs, with some recent appetite being shown for pickups and trucks. With such heavy focus on the consumer and a growing focus on trucks, a vital industry has been largely overlooked. So that's where the truck came in. They're trying to say basically, you know, there's this huge market with the tractors, but no one's thinking about it, which I completely agree. So let's continue. So here's the thing about the company themselves. 21.4 billion in light commercial, 7.6 in heavy, 10.9 in buses, and 30 in taxis. So taxis, shared vehicles, 30 billion. So with that being said, though, as well as 18.7 billion in charging stations. So I like that. I like the numbers. I like so much opportunity again with all these different sectors within the electrical vehicle solar sector overall. There's all these tiny mini ones as well. So again, I like that they're focusing on the tractors. So here's some of the sales. Here's the opportunities that they have for solutions. So assist fleet operators to obtain their choice of EV models suitable for their budget. Ideanomics earns fees on these group EV sales. financing. Ideanomics finance partners enable fleet operators to purchase EVs with a large cash deposit. They earn a fee for facilitating this solution. Same thing with the charging, prepaid and wholesale electricity. So again, a lot of opportunity. They're also part of all these other umbrellas of companies that they have, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But with that being said, let's actually check out the SEC filings. Okay, so if you actually look at the SEC filings for Ideanomics, you can see on April the 6th, they had admit to a previously filed 8K. So again, if you look on March 22nd, admit to a previously filed 8K. So the question is, what is a 8K? So let's check that out. So if you've been on my channel before and have listened to other videos with some of the companies I've talked about the 8K, but again, I'd like to let people know so it can be in their long-term memory. So an 8K is a report of unscheduled material events or corporate changes at a company that could be of importance to the shareholders. So with that being said, they have to let us know. So you've got public events, acquisitions, bankruptcy, the resignation of directors, or changes in the fiscal year. Now, the SEC requires the companies to file the 8K. The company has 4 business days to file it, and the public companies use Form 8K as needed, unlike some other forms that must be filed annually or quarterly. So you're going to have something like, if you look recently, they just hired a new one of the chief financial officers or chief operating officers, similar things like that. So it's not always negative, but they have to file it, and so which allows us as shareholders to be able to understand what's going on overall. Okay, so when you're looking at the Ideanomics full year 2020 operating results, I always think it's interesting because of what happened last year. And so the fact that these companies are bringing in revenue is great. But with that being said, when they are showing these results, that's going to be one of the catalysts on the charts that's going to make it go up or down, right? Or just be stagnant. So that's going to be, again, that support and the resistant lines. So the revenue for the year was 26.8 million, which is quarter over quarter. Right, so when you're looking at the 2020, it was 19.5 versus 2.27 million in 2019. So that's an increase of 16.8 million, or more than 600%. So they expect revenues from the system to grow as Wave, one of the sister umbrella companies, their inductive charging business acquired in January 2021, which is included in their financial results starting this quarter. So the revenues for the full year of 2019 was 44.6 million. However, keep this in mind, guys, 40.7 million was generated by the digital asset management services. So, that's something that you want to keep in mind of. Now, with that being said, let's actually look at one of the other companies that they purchased. So, when you're looking at Ideanomics, they invested in an Italian electric motor vehicle company. Now, the Ideanomics acquires 20% stake in this company. Again, something that you want to keep in mind is, so where's the money going? Why is it going up? Why is it going down? And they say Europe's electric motor market grew over 50% in 2020, mirroring the electric car market. So I wanted to touch base on that because, again, when you're looking at the market and you're trying to understand what is going on, here are some of these things that you need to know. So I hope this is adding great value for your overall understanding of this company. Now, let's actually check out the chart. The first thing what I wanted to point out. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to point out and let you know that this was actually a request. And so if there's ever a company that you want me to talk about or diagnose or just give you information on just in general, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Now, when you're looking at this chart and you're looking at the resistance, remember, always look at the body. Okay, look at the wick. Remember, when it's green, that means when it closes, it closed higher than what it opened up at. But what's really important is going to be the volume. What's going on in the market itself? So as you can see, for example, January the 14th, they've got a volume of 135 million. Then you scroll on over here to more recently, just on April the 1st, you're looking at 51 million. So depending on, especially this past month in March with all the correction going on, depending on how much volume is being made is going to dictate the level of that trend line. Now, with that being said, if you back out just a little bit and look at this trend line, you're looking at roughly around, I would say, pretty close to $3, maybe almost I would say almost about 270, 280. But with that being said, we've had a high of 553. Now, we'll continue to have a higher support line the more catalysts we get. So as we continue to show revenue results, these second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter results, and they're in the green, that's going to increase. As soon as we continue to sell more and continue to get some of that passive income with all the opportunities that they have, that's going to increase it. So good opportunity. Now, I know a lot of people also do options on this, so keep that in mind. So if you're trying to do long-term holds, just keep that in mind, that there's going to be a lot of fluctuation, because just penny stocks in general, that's going to happen. I mean, I've seen this company go from 70 cents to what it is today, and even all the way up to the high, and then dropping back down. So it's the nature of a penny stock. It's just automatic, but just continue to remember the foundation if that's what you're trying to do. But then if you're doing options, puts, or calls, I mean, you're going to see a lot of that fluctuation as well. So, obviously with options, the farther out it is, the greater opportunity you have. So guys, I hope this added extra value. I'll continue to just let you know what the latest news is with this company, and I've got this on my list, so I really do appreciate it, and thank you for tuning in. And with that being said, welcome to the Ticker Feed family.